So hey guys, welcome back to CLAT. I'm Aryan, your prep buddy. So कैसे हो आप सब? एमएसएट की तैयारी, ओलेट की तैयारी सब सही चल रही है? आज हम बात करने वाले हैं इंपॉर्टेंट वर्ड्स एंड एक्ट्स आपके स्ट्रैटेजी जीके के पार्ट के लिए। एंड एमएसएट ने तो एक बॉम्ब ड्रॉप कर ही दिया है, पर हम सब रेडी है उस चीज़ के लिए। चाहे 150 क्वेश्चन है, चाहे 120, वी आर ऑलवेज रेडी। एंड इसके जो नोट्स है वो शेयर कर दिए गए थे ग्रुप पे। आप सब ग्रुप पे जाके देख सकते हो। हम पहले आज ये डिस्कस करेंगे। Let's get started with today's video. The first question of the day is the Regulating Act of 1773 was passed to options are to establish the British rule in India, to regulate the activities of East India Company, abolish the East India Company, or introduce permanent settlement. So the correct answer is regulate the activities of East India Company. इसके जो फैक्ट्स है, ये फर्स्ट एक्ट था जो ब्रिटिश पार्लियामेंट ने पास किया था टू रेगुलेट द एक्टिविटीज ऑफ ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी। इससे गवर्नर जनरल ऑफ बंगाल बनाए गए थे वॉरेन हेस्टिंग। एंड इसमें एक अपना सुप्रीम कोर्ट भी बनाया गया था बंगाल में। शुक्रिया। हमारे फर्स्ट गवर्नर जनरल ऑफ बंगाल वॉरेन हेस्टिंग, ये फर्स्ट एक रेगुलेटिंग एक्ट था जो ब्रिटिश पार्लियामेंट ने पास किया था। तो द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज द पिट्स इंडिया एक्ट ऑफ 1784 was significant because option A transferred power from the East India Company to British Crown, or it established a board of controls to oversee the current company's affair, introduced the doctrine of lapse, abolished the Governor General post. So here the correct answer is B. It established a board of control to oversee the company's affair. So it was the second act passed by British Parliament to oversee the functioning of East India Company, and it made the जो इट मेड द डुअल कंट्रोल ओवर इंडियन अफेयर्स की। जो कंपनी है वो भी अपना रूल कर सकती है, and उसको ओवरसी कर रहा है वहाँ का क्राउन। So yeah, it was the second act and first act that led to dual control of diarchy in India affairs over on British era. So the next question is the Charter Act of 1813 is notable for ending the East India Company monopoly over its trade with India, introducing the permanent settlement system, established the Supreme Court in India, abolished the Board of Control. So here the correct answer is A, ending the East India Company monopoly over trade with India. So जैसे कि हमें पता है ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी एक प्राइवेट कंपनी थी ब्रिटिश की, वो वहाँ की कोई गवर्नमेंट कंपनी नहीं थी, इसलिए इन द एक्ट ऑफ 1813 दे ended its monopoly and allowing other private companies to enter India and trade with India. जो दो जो मेन इनकी वो थी, एक तो टी और ट्रेड चाइना के साथ, वो उसके अलावा और सब प्राइवेट कंपनीज को अलाउ कर दिया गया। एंड एज वी सी द चार्टर एक्ट हर 2 साल हर 20 साल में आता था, तो ये कंपलसरी था फर्स्ट एक्ट से ही कि चार्टर एक्ट 1813 1833 हर 20 साल में चार्टर एक्ट आएगा। नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज the Charter Act of 1833 centralized the administration of India under options are the Governor General of Bengal, the British Parliament, the Board of Control, the East India Company. So here the correct answer is A, the Governor General of Bengal. So in this act they made Governor General of Bengal the Governor General of India, centralizing the administration through him. So he was at that time the president या प्राइम मिनिस्टर वी कैन से, जो सब अफेयर्स को रेगुलेट करता था। इसके जो 3-4 इंपॉर्टेंट चीजें हैं, वाज द फर्स्ट गवर्नमेंट जनरल ऑफ बंगाल, गवर्नमेंट जनरल ऑफ इंडिया। ये सब नोट्स मैंने प्रोवाइड कर दिए हैं, बट डू रीड फ्रॉम योर साइड ऑन द टेलीग्राम चैनल एंड करते रहिए। नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज द डॉक्ट्रिन ऑफ लैप्से वाज इंट्रोड्यूस्ड बाय ऑप्शन ए लॉर्ड डलहौजी, लॉर्ड कॉर्नवालिस, लॉर्ड वेलेस्ली या लॉर्ड कैनिंग। So the correct answer is A, Lord Dalhousie. Lord Dalhousie started the policy of doctrine lapse. Doctrine of lapse के अंदर ये था कि जो एक रूलर था उसका कोई नेचुरल आयर या उसका नेचुरल जो वंशज नहीं था, तो वो किंगडम थी वो लैप्स हो जाती थी ब्रिटिश एम्पायर के, उसका जितना भी कंट्रोल था ब्रिटिश एम्पायर के अंदर आ जाता था। इसके थ्रू बहुत सारी जो किंगडम थी, झांसी, अवध, इसका एनेक्सेशन हुआ ब्रिटिश के ब्रिटिश ने इन सबका एनेक्सेशन किया, अवध, झांसी, नागपुर, सतारा, and this led to our first revolution revolt of 1857 also. So next question is, the Government of India Act 1858 was passed after. Options are the Battle of Plassey, the Revolt of 1857, the Battle of Buxar, the Third Anglo-Maratha War. This is a very easy question. We can see the 1857, 1858. So the correct answer is the Revolt of 1857. Uh, the Battle of Plassey here is the revolt of, we can say, not the revolt, but the War of 1757, Battle of Plassey. So here the right answer is yes. It was passed just after the revolt of 1857. It abolished the East India Company and transferred the power directly to Crown. So it started the British era, British Raj. Next question is, the Indian Council of 1861 is significant because it, options are, introduced the concept of federalism in India, established the Indian civil services, allowed Indians to be part of legislative council, abolished the East India Company. The correct answer is C. It allowed the India to be part of legislative council. And do let me know who was the first Indian to be the part of legislative council. Next question is, the Vernacular Press Act of 1878 was introduced by, options are, Lord Ripon, Lord Lytton, Lord Curzon, Lord Dalhousie. So this was the first act कि गवर्नमेंट के खिलाफ जो भी बोलेगा उसको अरेस्ट कर दिया जाएगा. The same sedition act we face in our today's era. So yeah, it was passed by Lord Lytton. Option B. Yeah, it curtailed the freedom of Indian language newspapers and led to detention of freedom fighters. The next question is, the Ilbit Bill controversy was related to land revenue reform, judicial equality between India and British judges, abolition of sati, and introduction of railways. So yeah, it's the correct answer is B, judicial equality between India and British judges. पहले ये होता था कि जितने भी ब्रिटेन के पीपल थे उन सबका केसेस ब्रिटिश जज ही सुन सकते हैं, इंडियन जज नहीं सुन सकते. बट लॉर्ड रिपन ब्रिंग दिस इल्बर्ट बिल दैट कि अब इंडियन जजेस भी सुन सकते हैं उन सब ब्रिटिशर्स का केस. तो दैट्स व्हाई दिस लेड टू कंट्रोवर्सी एंड इसके खिलाफ ब्रिटिश पार्लियामेंट ब्रिटिश पार्लियामेंट ने बिल पास किया, इसको अबोलिश किया. लॉर्ड रिपन को भी अपनी जो कर दी थी वो छोड़नी पड़ी. So the next question is, the monumental reforms of 1909 introduced, options are, diarchy in provinces, B, separate electorate for Muslims, complete independence for India, abolition of zamindari system. The correct answer is B, separate electorate for Muslims. Monumental reforms of 1909 is also known as separate electorate for Muslims. This also led to partition of Bengal. Next question is, the Government of India Act 1909 is also known as, options are, Monto-Chelmsford reforms, Monumental reforms, Charter Act, Regulating Act. काफी easy question है. Answer is A, the Montagu-Chelmsford reforms. So they led to जो हम आज की लिस्ट यूनियन लिस्ट जानते हैं, स्टेट लिस्ट जानते हैं, तो उसकी शुरुआत यहाँ से हुई गई थी. They divided India's hierarchy subject into three things: reversed, transferred and union. तो या जो आज हमारी यूनियन लिस्ट, स्टेट लिस्ट, कॉन्क्रीट लिस्ट है, ये सब यहाँ से शुरू हुआ था. तो दिस इज ऑल्सो इम्पोर्टेंट एक्ट, गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया एक्ट, ऑल्सो नोन एज जेम्स मोन्टेगू रिफॉर्म्स. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज, द रोलेट एक्ट ऑफ 1919 allowed the British to, option A, imprison Indians without trial, introduce the partition of Bengal, abolish the zamindari system, establish the Indian National Congress. So the correct answer is A, imprison Indians without trial. So आपको लग रहा होगा हम इतने इजी ऑप्शंस, बट हाँ ये इसलिए लगाए थे कि आप जल्दी जल्दी पढ़ सको, समझ सको, इजी लगे, क्योंकि ये बहुत बोरिंग लगता है अगर हम नोट से पढ़ें. तो थोड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग करने के लिए ये सब मैंने किया था. सो द करेक्ट आंसर इज ऑप्शन ए, इट अलाउड British government to imprison Indians, freedom fighters, yeah, Indians without any trial. So this led to widespread, including Jallianwala Bagh massacre. So the next question is, The Simon Commission was boycotted by Indians because does not include any Indian members. It proposed the partition of India. It supported the zamindari system. It introduced the doctrine of lapse. So the right answer is it didn't include any Indian members. So that's why Simon Commission, a Simon Go Back, was a famous slogan. Next question is the Government of India Act 1935 introduced complete independence for India, provisional autonomy and hierarchy at center, the partition of Bengal, the abolition of East India Company. The right answer is B, provisional autonomy and hierarchy at the center. Diarchy, it's a डिसेंट्रलाइजेशन सिस्टम जिसमें कि स्टेट के पास अपनी ऑटोनॉमी होगी एंड सेंटर विल ओवरसी द स्टेट जैसे हमारा आज का सिस्टम है सब सिस्टम 1935 गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया एक्ट से स्टार्ट हुआ था दिस लेड टू प्रोविजनल ऑटोनॉमी एंड डायरकी एट द सेंटर this led to diarchy at the center ki center will oversee the working of states but it was never fully implemented but after independence yeah Indian government adopted the same system. Next question of the day is the Cripps mission 1942 proposed complete independence for India after World War II, the partition of India, the abolition of the Zamindar system, the introduction of doctrine of lapse. The correct answer is complete independence for India after World War II. But it was rejected by many Indians and including Muslim League, which demanded immediate independence, not fighting for Britishers in World War II. Next question is the Battle of Plassey was fought between the British and French. The Britishers and Nawab of Bengal, the Britishers and Maharashtra, the British and the Sikhs. It's very easy question. It was fought between the British and the Nawab of Bengal, Sirajudullah, which led to in which Britishers defeated Sirajudullah and marked the first beginning of the wars of Britishers in India. Uh, do know कि the Britishers was led by Robert Clive. Next question is the Battle of Buxar was significant because it option A it established British supremacy in Bengal, ended the Maratha Empire, led to partition of Bengal, or introduced the permanent settlement. So the correct answer is A established British supremacy in Bengal. The Battle of Buxar was fought between Mughal Emperor Nawab Bengal and Nawab of Awadh, but this led in their defeat, and Britishers solidified their control over Bengal, Bihar, and Odisha. At that time, Bengal province. Next question is the first Anglo-Maratha War ended with the options are Treaty of Salbai, Treaty of Bassein, Treaty of Singapore, yeah, Treaty of Lahore. The first Anglo-Maratha War ended with the Treaty of Salbai, in which the status quo was maintained. जहाँ पे war से पहले का था वो वही चलता रहेगा. Yeah, it was fought between Madhav Rao II and Britishers. Next question is the third Anglo-Maratha War resulted in the end of Maratha Empire, the establishment of British Raj, the partition of Bengal, the introduction of doctrine of lapse. The correct answer is the end of Maratha War, the end of Maratha Empire. So this led to defeat of Maharashtra in third Anglo-Maratha War and led end of the empire. Next question is the first Anglo-Sikh War ended with the Treaty of Lahore, Treaty of Bassein, Treaty of Sengapatan, Treaty of Salbai. The correct answer is Treaty of Lahore. Treaty of Lahore led Anglo-Sikh War ended with Treaty of Lahore, which cited the जुलंधर दोआब जो वहाँ के उस टाइम के आर्मी चीफ थे टू रिड्यूस सिख आर्मी एंड स्टार्ट बिगिनिंग इन्फ्लुएंस ऑफ ब्रिटिशर्स इन लाहौर एंड पंजाब प्रोविंस. Next question is the second Anglo-Sikh War led to annexation of Punjab, Bengal, Mysore, Awadh. So the right answer is Punjab. It's an easy question. Next question is the revolt of 1857 is also known as the first war of independence, the Sepoy Mutiny, the Battle of Plassey, the Plateau of Buxar. So here, you many log will confuse in A and B, but the correct answer is A, because later on it was not only the Sepoy Mutiny, it was spread widespread among kingdoms and common people. So that's why we also known as the first war of Indian independence as Revolt of 1557 also. So the next question is the third Anglo-Burmese war resulted in the annexation of option A, Burma, Punjab, Bengal, Mysore. Correct answer is Burma. This led to overthrow of King Hibab and becoming Burma as a province of British era in 1935 led to independence of Myanmar from India. Also note that. Next question is the first Anglo-Afghan war was fought to establish control over British control over Afghanistan, annexed Punjab, and the Maratha introduced the doctrine of lapse. The correct answer is British control over Afghanistan. So do remember these years: First Anglo-Afghan War, Sikh War, Maratha War, and their treaties. They ended with which treaty? They are too much important for MSCET and Jamia. So they too ask these questions. Next question is: the Second Anglo-Afghan War was fought to counter Russian influence in Afghanistan or annex Burma and the Sikh Empire established the British Raj. Here the correct answer is counter Russian influence in Afghanistan. Next question is the Battle of Windivash was the first decisive battle between the British and the French, the British and Marathas, the British and Sikhs, the British and Nawab of Bengal. The correct answer is British and the French. The Battle of Windivash was fought between two European powers, the British and the French. Next question is the Treaty of Basaine was signed between the British and Marathas, the British Sikhs, the Britishers and the French, the British and the Nawab of Bengal. The correct answer is the Treaty of Bengal was signed between the Britishers and the Marathas. Marathas की through को लेड किया था पेशवा बाजीराव सेकंड ने. Next question is the Treaty of Seringapatam ended the Fourth Anglo-Mysore War, First Anglo-Maratha War, Second Anglo-Sikh War, Third Anglo-Burmese War. The Fourth Anglo-Mysore War, it was fought between Tipu Sultan and Britishers. Tipu Sultan was killed in this war, and the Treaty of Seringapatam was signed between his offsprings and Britishers, which led to British control over Mysore also. Next question is the Treaty of Asai was fought between during the Second Anglo-Maratha War, the First Anglo-Sikh War, the Third Anglo-Mysore War, First Anglo-Afghan War. The correct answer is Second Anglo-Maratha War. And the Britishers was led by Arthur Wesley, uh, also known as the late Duke of Wellington. Next question is the Treaty of Lahore marked the end of First Anglo-Sikh War, Second Anglo-Sikh War, Third Anglo-Maratha War, or First Anglo-Afghan War. The correct answer is First Anglo-Sikh War. So yeah, to so here's the PDF which I was talking about. तो थोड़ा सा इसके ग्लिप्स दे देता हूँ मैं आपको. Starting from here, वास्को डी गामा, हाँ, सबसे पहले एक डच था जो आया था इंडिया. ही फाउंडेड इंडिया. ही वाज वेलकम बाय देन रूलर ऑफ कैलिकट टुडे इन केरला, जमारोनी. Francis de Almeida was the first Portuguese governor. He ruled by parts of Goa. He's famous for his blue water policy. In 1510, Elbaque was become the first governor to capture Goa from Bijapur. Later, he died in 1515. These are some important facts you should know for your static part. So, after Dutch, they come French. Dutch का जो main center था वो था Pulicat, but which was later replaced by Nagapattinam. जो फ्रेंच आए थे, दे स्टार्टेड देयर फर्स्ट फैक्ट्री एट सूरत अंडर फ्रांसिस कैरोइन. Later, under Francis Maritim, they established their first, मतलब they established their fort under पुडुचेरी. जो पुडुचेरी में आज भी जो उनके स्टाइल है वो फेमस है, उनके जो हाउसिंग स्टाइल है सब फ्रांस पे कॉपी है. तो when when British India Company came, so they came under 1608 May. William Hawkins was appointed at Mansudar by Jahangir and allowed to trade. This led to start of East India Company influence over India. 1601 में जब ट्रेडिंग स्टार्ट हुई, they like their first factory start up at सूरत. ट्रेडिंग स्टार्ट हुई थी मुसालीपट्टनम में. फैक्ट्री सबसे पहले स्टैब्लिश हुई थी सूरत में. लेटर ऑन हुई थी आगरा, अहमदाबाद, भरूच में. सो these are the important years and facts you should know, and जिसके हाफ इन क्वेश्चंस मैंने टेलीग्राम पे पोस्ट कर दिए गए हैं. कुछ क्वेश्चंस इसमें जो आज की क्विज हुई है होगी उसमें कवर कर दिए गए हैं. इसमें सब इम्पोर्टेंट लोड्स जितने भी हमारे हैं, उनके इम्पोर्टेंट फैक्ट्स, उनके इम्पोर्टेंट एक्ट्स सब आ चुके हैं. तो डू रीड देम एंड डू follow our Telegram and Instagram handle for daily quizzes and sheets, daily GK, and do share your feedback of this video at Telegram channel, comment box. Do share this video among your friends so they can get some glimpse of the important acts. Thank you guys.